Hey book friends, thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk Books with Shannon. I'm Shannon, still relatively new to BookTube, so please support me, hit subscribe, hit like, leave me comments. I love interacting with book friends. Today we have a book haul. I've been saving up. I have all kinds of books from thrift books, yay recycling. I have books from Target, Costco, and Barnes & Noble. I had some gift cards. We used those up, and I have a lot of fun books to share with you. So let's get started. The first book that I want to mention is No Exit by Taylor Adams. I had recently read my first Taylor Adams book, which was The Last Word, and really enjoyed it, so I wanted to pick up another one. And this one follows Darby, who is on her way to see her dying mother in Utah, and she gets caught in a blizzard in the Colorado Rockies, and she has to stop at a rest stop because there's no passing, and she encounters 4 strangers. And when she goes out to try and get a signal outside, which of course she can't because it's a thriller, she sees a child who's locked in an animal crate. So that one sounds interesting. Okay, Never Lie by Frida McFadden. I also read one Frida McFadden book so far. I read Housemates and enjoyed it very much, so I wanted to pick up another Frida McFadden book. So this follows newlyweds Trisha and Ethan, who are searching for a house. They think they've come upon the house of their dreams, and they find out that a renowned psychiatrist used to live there before he disappeared. So, of course, there's a big storm because it's a thriller again. And they're trapped there. And Trisha stumbles upon a collection of audio transcripts from the psychiatrist that she learns about a bunch of terrifying chain of events that probably leads to his disappearance. So, I'm excited to read that one. Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone. This one I haven't heard anything about. But, this one's by Benjamin Stevenson. But this one just sounded funny, and I like dark comedies. And it says, everyone in my family has killed someone. Some of us, the higher achievers, have killed more than once. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but it's the truth. Some of us are good, others are bad, and some just unfortunate. So that one looks interesting. If you've read any of these, please let me know in the comments. Okay, I picked up The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. And this one follows France 1714. And it just says, in a moment of desperation, a young woman named Adeline meets a dangerous stranger and makes a terrible mistake. And it will be 300 years before she stumbles into a hidden bookstore and discovers someone who can remember her name. So everything changes after that. So that one looks good. Okay, Kristen Hanna, The Nightingale. I've heard a lot about this one recently. I've never read a Kristen Hanna book, so I'm excited to read this one. And I know this one follows 2 sisters during World War II in German-occupied, war-torn France. It pretty much is just a novel of resilience of the human spirit and the durability of women. So I know that one's going to be a tearjerker and an emotional read, but still also a good one. Okay, Alice Feeney, I Know Who You Are. I love this cover. I think it is so cool. But I've only read one book by Alice Feeney. I read Rock, Paper, Scissors and enjoyed that one very much. This one follows Amy Sinclair, who is an actress, and she comes home and discovers that her husband is missing. And the police think she's hiding something, and they're right, she is, but not what they think. So that one will be interesting as well. Okay, Riley Sager, The Only One Left. This one, I've read one Riley Sager book. It was The House by the Lake, which I really enjoyed. So I'm just kind of getting back into my thriller era. And this one follows the Hope family was murdered, and someone who was a suspect was a 17-year-old girl named Lenora, and they have no proof, so she doesn't get convicted. And then fast forward to when she's in her 70s, she has a healthcare aide named Kit, and Lenora is now mute from a series of strokes, but she types a message to Kit, the healthcare worker, and says that I want to tell you everything. And it wasn't me. So that one should be good. Okay, I think that takes care of my mysteries and my fiction, but I have some sports romance. I have The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. I have 2 more in the Off-Campus series to read, and I'll finish those this year. And then in January, I want to start this series, which is The Graham Effect, which follows, I think, the children of the couples in the off-campus series. So that one should be good. Okay. Daydream by Hannah Grace. The first two, Icebreaker and Wildfire, in this series. I've only read the first one, and it was fine. I think I gave it 3 stars. I didn't love it, but I'm probably going to read the second one before the end of the year. This one I picked up because Henry is in this one. This is his story, and Henry has been my favorite character. It was my favorite character in the first book. And he is now the hockey captain, and he runs into Hallie, who in a book club, I think he accidentally falls into her book club, and she's a superstar as far as a superstar scholar, and he is struggling and failing, so she decides to help him. So that one should be good. Okay, Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. First one by this author, and I think it's the first book in the series. This one follows Reese and Sadie. Reese is a hockey player, hockey captain, and he has an accident on the ice where he gets a concussion, and he has trouble getting back on the ice. He starts to have panic attacks, and I think that Sadie witnesses one of his panic attacks and reaches out to help, and their relationship starts from there. Okay. I have 2 by Grace Riley. I have never read a Grace Riley book, but these are both sports romance. We have Stealing Home, which is a baseball romance. This follows Sebastian and Mia, and he's trying to get into the Major League draft, and she's an astrophysicist in training. So their futures are totally different, but they end up rooming together, and their feelings spark from there. Okay, Breakaway is also by Grace Riley, and this is a hockey romance, follows Cooper and Penny, and it looks like he's having trouble with the women, which is highly unusual, and she is the coach's daughter, so that's going to be interesting as well, and very off limits, I'm sure. So that one will be interesting to read. Play Along by Liz Tom Ford follows the Windy City series. I love the covers of these. They all have the Chicago city in the background, but this one is baseball. This one follows Isaiah and Kennedy. Kennedy works for the team. She's like a physical therapist or something like that, and they end up getting married on a reckless night in Vegas. So we'll see what happens with that one. The rest of the series has been excellent. We have also in the sports area 2 by Stephanie Archer, who will be a new author to me. We have Behind the Net and The Fake Out. The Fake Out follows a goalie who falls for a singer. He doesn't want a relationship, but ends up falling head over heels for her. The Fake Out by Stephanie Archer follows Rory and Hazel, and he's the new captain, and Hazel needs a fake boyfriend. So this is going to be a fake boyfriend trope, which is always fun. Okay, Magnolia Parks Into the Dark by Jessa Hastings. I am on book 4. I still have that one to read. I'd like to read it before the end of the year, and then I'll be able to finish this series up with the last Magnolia Parks book. I know there's one more Daisy Hates one coming out too. But I'm very excited about this one. I've been loving this series. Okay, Picking Daisies on Sundays. I love this cover. It is so pretty. And this one, follows Levi and Daniela. Oh, okay, they had a relationship, and he did not fall for her in the same way that she fell for him, so they parted, and they end up 4 years later. She sees him in a bar, and he wants her to be his fake date for his sister's wedding. So that one will be fake dating, which is always fun. Okay, The Love Interest by Claire Gilmore. This one follows Casey and Alex. Casey works in Manhattan and is a number wizard, and works for a company, and a job comes up that she thinks she'll be perfect for, and she doesn't get it. Alex gets it. Everyone loves Alex except for Casey, of course. They have to work on a project together, and they find out some unfortunate things about the company, which kind of changes their future, but they also have a love interest. So Okay, What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walther. This one is by the same author that wrote Summer Broken Rules, which I haven't read yet, but it's on my TBR, and lots of people have raved about this one. However, What Happens After Midnight, I haven't heard anything about, but this one follows Lily and Tag. Okay, she is in high school. It's the end of the year. She's been very studious and done very well, and she's decided that she's might have missed out on a lot of having a lot of fun in high school. So she gets a note from someone. Does she want to execute an end of the year prank? And she decides yes, she does. And she finds out that the prankster is her ex, Tag. So sparks fly from there for them. A Guide to Being Just Friends by Sophie Sullivan. I've heard of Sophie Sullivan, but haven't read one of her books yet. This one follows Haley and Wes, who have a disastrous meet cute that wasn't intended for them, and they go their separate ways. And then Wes decides to apologize for bad behavior to Haley, and they strike up a friendship. So, and that's all it can be. They don't want distractions, and they don't want to fall in love. So this one will be friends to lovers trope, which is always fun. Okay, Ready or Not by Cara Baston. Never read one by her, but this cover is beautiful. This one I have read a lot of reviews or seen a lot of reviews on BookTube, and Abby Jimenez writes on the back, truly heartwarming, funny, and real story. And she's one of my favorite authors. Also, Annabelle Monaghan is also, I like her writing. And she says, a wholehearted meditation on all kinds of love. This novel is pure joy. All right, so there you go. But it's an accidental pregnancy trope. So we'll see. Again, I typically don't like that trope, but this one has gotten really good reviews. So maybe it's handled really well. So hope so. All right. Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. Love Elsie Silver. I just finished Wild Love, and I am ready for the next single dad trope in this series. This one follows Weston and Skylar. And I loved the last one with Ford and Rosie, so I'm looking forward to this one as well. Okay, that wraps up my book haul. Thanks for tuning in. Again, hit subscribe, hit like, leave me a comment. And until next time, friends, please take care of each other. Happy reading.